front men, and Philly checks in trouble, and it's Jefferson puts it away.
Living reflections from a dream.
Right guys, and welcome back to the Frangerine Dream with me, Franley Moore Dock. We've had a bit of a tough time since we last saw you. Do you remember the numerous times I've said that Watford just keep fucking us over, right? We're in such good form. When we started the last episode, we'd won 4 on the bounce, then we played Everton for the first time, beat them as well, over the fucking moon. Then we played Watford and they beat us 5-1, and just look at the shit show that's happened since. Like, this looks quite good, a 4-3 win against Reading. They spent, about 15 minutes with 10 men, and I think they're the bottom club in the league. Where are they? They're 23rd in the league. So it's no great achievement to be scraping that in a fucking goal fest against Reading. The other games we've lost against Bradford, Wolves, Sunderland, Ipswich. Norwich was one that hurt, I remember. Norwich was a case of getting seriously FM'd. Norwich had 2 shots, 1 on target. We had 23-9 on target. I think we had some... What do we have? Yeah, we hit the woodwork twice. We had 2 clear-cut chances and 2 half chances compared with fucking snake eyes across the board over here. No, snake eyes means ones, doesn't it? What? Goose egg. Is goose egg 0? Don't matter. Does not matter. But yeah, that was an annoying game against Norwich. We then beat Burnley, which is becoming a weird sort of pattern for us. Burnley are one of our closest rivals, and obviously they start the game in the Premier League, as they are this season, and we start the game in League 2. And yeah, we just have a really, really good record against them. And we beat them again, 2-1. So that was a little bright spot in this run, because I think they're also very high in the league. They are currently 3rd. So a very credible win away at Turf Moor. And then we drew 2-2 with Huddersfield, who I believe are doing decently. Yeah, they're 9th, Huddersfield are 9th. We drew 2-2 with a fucking Narky Wells last-minute goal, which, it happens, doesn't it? And we lost against Barnsley, and Barnsley, I think if you put together all my results against Barnsley in this save, we'd probably have lost them all, conceded about 15, and scored probably 3 or 4. They've just obliterated us every time, and this time was no different, 3-1. But we're going to try and move on today and get some points on the board. I mean, we're in no real danger. We've got absolutely no chance of getting into the playoffs this season now. We're now 21 points behind Everton in 6th. But equally, we're not really in any danger of relegation. We are 7 points clear of Brighton in 22nd, and we've got a game in hand against everyone apart from Preston, who are bottom of the table by a distance. So we're in no danger, really, I don't think. That may come back to haunt me in a little while, but let's get into the first game. Just a bit of team news first, by the way. I realised in the last episode I never told you about Donatello. Donatello broke his ankle in November, and he's currently still injured with a broken ankle. He's still out for another 2 to 4 weeks, and we're sort of at the end of February. I'm just really gutted for him, because this was meant to be sort of his breakout season, and we could really do with him, as you will see in just a second. But yeah, really gutted that we don't have Donatello at the minute. Just before this match, we've also lost Owen the Impact Jones, which is a punch in the face, because he is our top scorer this season, despite making 21 appearances off the bench. So yeah, that's annoying. That is very annoying, because he has been a proper game changer for us this season especially. We've also not got Josh Vella today, because he's picked up 10 yellow cards for the season, which isn't so bad. It's not so bad at all for a ball-winning midfielder. So he will miss 2 games, starting with... in fact, he'll just miss both of the games in this video, which are going to be Derby at home and Preston away. Derby are doing fine. They're 10th and just having sort of a solid season, if unspectacular and unthreatening. That sounds like Derby, doesn't it? And we're also playing Preston, who are 24th, as I've already mentioned. And in fact, yeah, we've both got a game in hand over the rest of the people, sort of towards the depths of the championship. So this will be that game in hand, I'd imagine. Here we go then. We are still persisting with this 4-3-1-2 because we have been playing well. Aside from the Barnsley game, where we just always lose for some reason, we have been playing well, so I don't see any reason to change the tactics that we're playing, especially at home. Derby are going for a 4-4-2 narrow diamond. Now, I played Derby in the lost match, as you might remember, and they have, in their central midfield, a 35-year-old James Milner, who is interesting to have a 35-year-old James Milner. He's not happy for a start, which is just not James Milner-like. But, yeah, sort of the good side of James Milner is the fact that he always puts in a shift and he's always, getting himself about and covering every blade of grass and all those other cliches. He's not really able to do that at 35. He's not got much pace. He's still got quite decent stamina and his fitness levels are still quite high, but he's not as mobile as he used to be, so it's an interesting proposition to come up against him. He's obviously a very, very smart player, so we will need to watch out for him. In the last match that I recorded against Derby, Milner was playing the pass before the assist, so he starts these moves and he's a very dangerous player. We will need to watch out for him. They've got Wissam Ben Yedder from Toulouse. That's interesting because he's a very good player on quite hefty wages himself. Nothing on Milner's 77 grand a week, but isn't he meant to be really, really quick? I know he's 30 years old, but I thought he was. Interesting. It looks like they've just signed him in January as well. He weren't playing for Olympique Lyonnais. But yeah, again, he's a pretty smart player and good technically, pretty good physically. I thought he was better. I thought he was like lightning fast. But very happy that that's not the case. The Blackpool team for today then, we have got Lee Camp in goal. We've got back four of Lee Hodson, who's just back from injury, and Kieran Freeman is not having a good time. He's in pretty bad form at the right back spot. So Hodson's in for him today. Kigbu, Wilson and Husband make up the rest of the back four. We've got Cal Dempsey, Brad Potts and Michael Caine. None of them are in their natural positions today, which is kind of annoying. This is sort of a knock-on effect from Josh Vella being suspended. So Potts has taken his place as the most defensive player. Caine is then taking Potts' place as a ball-winning midfielder, and Dempsey has taken his place as a box-to-box midfielder. So I feel like they can all do a job there, but I'd rather have Josh Vella for this game. And then we've got Kieran Dowell just behind Aidan O'Brien as a target man, and this lad who I think you've seen a couple of times, he's not really played this season, but needs must for this game, and Alan Williams starts as an advanced forward. He's pretty decent. He's a very determined guy, good off the ball, good aggression, decent finishing and first touch, and a decent bit of pace. So yeah, I'm hoping he will step up for us today. Oh shit, just before we kick off, actually, I've not taken you through the transfers. We didn't really do anything in terms of bringing people in. We brought in Keith Rock, who is a 20-year-old Northern Irishman. He's pretty decent all-round stats, and he might develop into someone good. We just picked him up on a free just because we could, and he has low wage demands and all that good stuff. And we've also picked up Ismail Fossane, who is a striker. As I say, we've been sort of lacking in the striking department for a while. Danny Philliskirk has just not been at it all season. And with Donatello injured and now Owen Jones injured, we just need a bit of depth in this position. So we brought in Ismail Fossane. He's good at free kicks. He's a good finisher. He's determined. He's got flair, and he's a hard worker with a bit of pace, and that'll do for me. He's played twice so far and picked up an average rating of 6.3, which ain't great. But yeah, he's still very much adapting to the Championship. But yeah, Sporting Gijón's Ismail Fossane is in. Sammy Amiobi has gone on loan to Leyton Orient. Just because he's really been whinging for about 18 months that he wants more game time. And to be fair, I keep sort of going back to having wingers and then instantly just going back to something without wingers again. So it's probably fair enough that he goes. I think his contract might be up at the end of the season. Oh no, he's got another year, but I'll probably let him go at the end of the season because £6,000 a week for someone I've not been using is too much in this day and age where we've not had funds to spend in about fucking 2 years. Oh, good. Lee Hodson has picked up an injury half an hour in. There's been literally nothing that has happened so far. But Lee Hodson has picked up an injury. Do we know what it might be? Potential shin injury. That doesn't sound great. So Freeman will come on. I hope he's spurred on by the half an hour of football that he was not involved in. Here is a highlight though. Ben Yedder's cross to the far post and Dilau just straight in for Derby. No fucking around. One highlight, 5 seconds, 1 goal for Derby. Shitting hell. We've had a lot of shots. We've had 7 shots so far compared to Derby's 3, but only one of them has been on target. So what we're going to do, we're going to play a slightly lower tempo. I think we'll retain possession and we'll work ball into the box. Hopefully make a couple of better chances. And here is a chance to do that. James Husband. Oh, he's lost it. Brad Potts, though. Here we go. Michael Caine. To Kieran Freeman. Redeem yourself, Kieran. Cross it in. So here's Forrest Freeman again. It's another shit cross. Caine to Dowell. Just a nothing header. The commentator said he really should have hit the back of the net. I disagree. A header from the edge of the area through a crowd of people is just not the way to go. It calls for an aggressive, much better in the second half. Let's go. Alan Williams has been shit, but I don't think we've been making too much for Williams or O'Brien, so I don't think they can really be blamed. Probably Kieran Dowell's in that bracket as well. Let's make Kieran Dowell an advanced playmaker on support instead of attack, so he will at least be available. He'll be pushed a little bit further back. Okay, I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm going to say exploit the flanks. And what we're also going to do is we're going to take off Kieran Dowell and bring on Corey Knowles. Corey Knowles is a very tidy player. He's one of the youngsters. He's a very tidy passer with the ball. So we'll bring him on and see if he can make something for us. And Ismail Forsain will get a chance to prove that he's got what it takes at this level. I'm still not so sure, but I hope he proves me wrong. Go on, Ishmael. 15 minutes to go. We'll go to attacking. Come on, 10 minutes. Turner is on the right-hand side for Derby. He gets a cross in. Wilson's header away. Oh, it's a header by Hayden, but it's just wide. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap it round a bit again and say more direct passing. Do not retain possession. Higher tempo. Yeah, that'll do. And there's still 2 minutes of injury time to be played. This could be interesting. I was just looking at the match stats then. It's so annoying. We get clear-cut chances playing this system with these players, but we just can't finish them off. We could do with a top striker, but we can't really get one with no money. Oh shit, here comes Derby. Ben Yedder's ball over the top. Wilson heads it away. We might get possession back. No, of course not. Ben Yedder has stolen in behind Wilson. Here's Vidra. That's 2-0. Oh dear, Danny Wilson. It's not Danny Wilson's fault. We've been beaten by a better team. Derby have been a bit of a yo-yo club, I think, since we started the save. So because of that, they've picked up quite a bit in parachute payments, and they're quite a rich team. Hence the 75 grand a week for James Milner and all that sort of stuff. So you just got to sort of take it on the chin when you get results like that. That is the end of the game. It's 2-0 to Derby, which is, I was going to say it's an improvement on last time because they scored 3, but we scored 2 in that game, so I guess it's not. Oh, Jesus. Lee Hodson has sustained a broken leg, and this hits so close to home at the minute. I'm recording this 2 days after the right back at my club, Everton, Seamus Coleman, got injured on international duty with the Republic of Ireland, and he has suffered a double leg break. And now my right back for Blackpool has suffered a leg break. Oh, shitting hell. He's only just come back from injury as well. He's missed the best part of the season so far. He's still got a year to go on his contract as well. I'm not sure if he'll play again for us. Gutted, unluckily. He's been a good servant for us, Lee Hodson. But I'm not sure we'll see him again anytime soon. Everton sack Marcelo Bielsa. The club's poor league position. I think they're up and around the playoff spots. They are in 6th. Obviously not good enough for the Toffees board. So again, the rumours start to speculate. Obviously, I am not going to join Everton. I've got another save for that. Duncan Ferguson. I would fucking love to see that. I've never seen Duncan Ferguson take over as Everton manager before, but he is now the second favourite after me. I really, really hope that happens. Go on, Dunk. Excellent. Manchester United's Diego Costa, is under transfer bid from Toronto FC in Canada. Do not unleash this man in Canada. That's insane. If you held a gun to my head and asked me, who's the last person you would unleash in the vast Arctic nation of Canada, I would say Diego fucking Costa without a doubt. He'd just be spitting and stamping and punching people. That's a recipe for disaster. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Right, now on paper, even playing away against the team that is comfortably bottom of the league, you would say, right, that's a pretty good... Hello? Toby Robinson. I thought Preston had signed Theo. Yeah, you'd think on paper this will be an easy 3 points for us. But, one, I'm pretty sure the clubs that are bottom of the league in Footy Manager 17 are just unbeatable. I don't know if I've ever beaten one yet. They just seem to dig in so well and just be so good defensively that there's no way around them, and then they'll nick one on the break. That's my prediction for this match. Plus, they're our local rivals and we're the favourites, and it always seems to go to the underdogs and the local rivals, like with us and Burnley. It works both ways, but that's why I'm not confident today. So let's just have a quick look of what's going on. They've got Wes Fotheringham in net, Jordan Spence, Daniel Johnson, pretty good player, Owen Doyle. Yeah, they've not got a good squad. Not at all. Jason Steele. Bench warmer at Preston. The Blackpool team, we've got Lee Camp in goal. Again, our only senior goalkeeper. At right back, I've decided to not go with Kieran Freeman because he's still in bad form, no matter how injured Hodgson is. So I'm bringing in Matt Nolan, who is a winger, but he can play at right back. And I remember in pre-season, he did all right. He only played a couple of matches at right back in pre-season, but he was one of the better right backs we had. So he's going to get his chance to shine today, and I'm hoping that he will take it. Local boy Matty Nolan starts on the right. Otherwise, the back four is the same. We've got Kigbu, Wilson, and Husband. In midfield, I've decided to switch it up. I had 3 square pegs in 3 round holes in the last match. So I've decided to drop Carl Dempsey in favour of Custard and have at least 2 round pegs in round holes. Michael Caine and Brad Potts are in their favoured positions. Custard is going to be the holding man in the centre of midfield. And otherwise, we've got Kieran Dowell behind Danny Philliskirk, who's got another chance to impress today, although I doubt he'll take it based on his form this season. And Ian Roy, who I don't think you've met. He's another young striker, a different striker to the ones you've seen recently. He is a target man, so he's going to take the place of AD O'Brien today, because AD O'Brien has not been in great form himself. Last 5 or 6 games he's really dropped off, so yeah, that is going to be our lineup today. It's a bit experimental. We're still trying out a couple of young players, so meh. Let's just hope. Let's just hope it goes well for us, and we can condemn Preston to relegation. Right, there's a highlight already, only a minute in. Roy's giving it away. Here comes Doyle to Brown to Barlow on the right wing for Preston. Barlow getting up the right wing, he crosses it in. Doyle, Johnson, and Camp collects the ball. It wasn't a good finish from Johnson. Another chance for Preston maybe. Corner comes in, but it's headed away. Now Potts to Dowell. Oh, what a ball ahead of Philliskirk. Danny Philliskirk's through on goal. Philliskirk scores! Good lad! Danny Philliskirk puts Blackpool 1-0 ahead of Preston. Oh, at Deepdale as well. It's too early to think that we're just gonna romp home though. It's going to be an easy win because Preston will make it tough for us. I guarantee you that. Good lad, Danny Philliskirk. 5th goal of the season, and he has had plenty of game time. Not been good this season. Custard to Brad Potts, to Kieran Dowell, to Ian Roy, to Philliskirk. Good passing move. Kane couldn't get through ahead of his marker, and now Preston on the counter-attack. And it's coming away again. Ian Roy holds it up well. Kieran Dowell plays it ahead of Danny Philliskirk, just wide. Oh, unlucky, mate. But Ian Roy, so far, been linking up play very, very well with his back to goal. Yeah, pretty impressed. Here we come again. Kieran Dowell. Ian Roy to Brad Potts. Danny Philliskirk. Oh, it's tipped wide by Fotheringham. Philliskirk is making the right runs. And we're getting the right passes through to him. It's a good corner to Michael Caine on the edge of the area. It's gone out for another corner. And Blackpool are putting the pressure on. It's been a while since we've done this. Okay, 1-0 in front at half time. That's not bad. I'll tell them not to let their performances drop. And yeah, they've gained a bit of focus. Good lads. Okay, it's a chance for Derby. Free kick comes in. It lagged, but I fucking knew it would be a penalty. Custard gives away a penalty. And Preston have the chance already. 5 minutes in, they have the chance to get back into this game. And it's going to be Boyce to step up. Boyce puts it home. Okay, 1-1. The cynical voice in my brain has kicked in and said, yeah, here we go. Here's where it starts. Husband throws it into Brad Potts. Spence gets the ball away. Wilson gets it back. And now his Boyce plays it ahead of Doyle. Doyle gets his cross in. Custard boots it away without giving away a penalty. Good lad. Kieran Dowell plays it through for Danny Philliskirk. Can he set Ian Roy away? He can. Ian Roy. Oh, he's got his back to goal again. Custard! Oh! No! Oh, come on! Absolutely gutted. I don't usually have replays set, but we're going to watch this again in normal speed. Because, fuck. Look at that. That's Custard clearing the ball. And then he just starts bombing. Go on, mate. You can see him here. Custard. Philliskirk plays it through for Ian Roy, who was maybe just offside. It was laid back by Potts to Custard. That was just beautifully struck shot. Oh, but Ian Roy, he probably was offside. It looked very, very close. But either way, it won't count. God damn it. Okay, I'm bringing Ian Roy off, not because of that. He is on 6.4 generally, but to be honest, he has quite impressed me linking up the play today with his back to goal. I am bringing him off so that I can bring on Alan Williams and have a defensive line forward, attacking forward combination. Let's just drop Philliskirk back to support as well. So we're going to have that combination up front with Alan Williams. Also, Cal Dempsey's coming on for Michael Caine, who has not impressed today. And Cal Dempsey will have another crack at proving that he can be a box-to-boxer. I think Dempsey's time with Blackpool is probably just about at an end, unless he really impresses me in this last couple of months before the end of the season. There's a corner for Preston. It's swung in. May hits the bar, and it's cleared. Oh, that was too close. Okay, Barlow swings it in. It's headed away by Husband. Doyle was offside anyway, and I'm swapping to attacking just for the last minute of play. But that's going to be it, a 1-1 draw against Preston. I knew they couldn't be fucking beaten, even when we scored 2 goals. But I'll say I was happy with that. We were the better team. We probably deserved the win. It was just another fucking penalty gone against us. Custard with the mistake. Custard's given away a fair few penalties in his time with us. I'm not sure he's longed for this championship world. He just makes too many massive mistakes, whether it's getting sent off, which, to be fair, he's not done this season, although that might be because of a lack of playing time, or just giving away silly fouls and giving away penalties. Yeah, positives from that match. Kieran Dowell was fucking excellent. Ian Roy looked good. Brad Potts looked good. And Danny Philliskirk looked fucking excellent. He was getting on the end of all them moves, getting in the right position, getting himself into a bit of space and cracking a shot off. And he was unlucky to only get one today. So I will take that. That is unlucky. But that's where I'm going to leave it for this episode, guys. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this episode. But yeah, to be honest, we're pretty stranded at the minute in 16th. Oxford are just behind us, but Sunderland are a fair way in front and Reading are a fair way behind. Reading have climbed to 18th. Oh, it's very close, that actually. 1 point between 18th and 23rd. So we might be in a little bit of danger. We're only 6 points in front of 23rd place Middlesbrough. So that's something to keep an eye on. If it comes to anything and if we have any sort of a crisis where we might go down, then I will come back and I will do a video then. So apart from that, I will see you next time. Bye.